G'day guys, this is Nick at Stridewise.com for another episode of the best places to buy boots and shoes in New York City. And today's episode, we've come down to Nolita in Manhattan to get you what I think is the coolest boot wall in the entire city. Let's come in and see why. Kyle Foxworth is the store manager of Standard & Strange. G'day Kyle, thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you as always.
Kyle and I have been mates for a good few years here in various spaces and functions in the New York world of boots and menswear. And when he was crowned as the manager of Standard & Strange New York City. Yeah, coronated.
Yes.
And because it's a pretty new store in New York, but when it happened, the whole city was very excited about Standard. This company is very well known for really seeking out very hard to find goods that will last kind of forever. What is Standard & Strange for people who aren't familiar?
So our ethos is own fewer better things, and that's our approach to sourcing brands and our buying process for all the product that we bring into the store. We started in a small little alley in Oakland in 2012, Temescal Alley. We have since moved around the corner to Telegraph Avenue. We have also expanded to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah, and a lot of your products are from Japan, hey?
We have a lot of Japanese product, for sure. We got a lot of Japanese brands, John Lofgren, The Real McCoys, Black Sign, just to name a few.
What is it about Japanese fashion and Japanese boots that, it's not all Japanese, but a lot of it is, why is it that gets emphasized so much?
I think they have a real sort of reverence for what they're reproducing. They have a real reverence for the heritage of the pieces that they're producing, and I think that shows in the final product. And I think that's what people gravitate towards.
Yeah, and also not to sound too much like a baby boomer, but things used to be made kind of more durably than they are these days, right?
There's definitely a utilitarian aspect to a lot of the brands that we carry, for sure. I think they make it with that eye and with those intents in mind. This is something that, again, you will have forever and get a lot of use out of.
Yeah. Do you try on a lot of the boots?
Yeah, we are fanatical about fitting. If you go to our website and you look at any of the copy, we have reference to your brand size, reference to sizing comps. We are really, really meticulous with how we fit boots and how we fit people. It's very, very, very important to us.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it should be as well, because the cool thing about this store is the stuff you buy, including the boots and shoes, they are very much intended to last for at least a decade and quite possibly the rest of your life if you know what you're doing. So
hand them down to your kids.
Yeah, let's take a look at the boot wall.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Now, everybody has different styles that they like, but for my money, this is the most exciting wall in the city of New York, in and outside the world of boots. You've got plenty of more traditional styles that anyone is going to be excited with, and you've also got some more kind of daring styles here. You got engineer boots, you got monkey boots. What gets you the most excited on this wall of boots?
So I actually own these boots. I've been wearing them for a while now. These are Clinch. This is also another pair of Clinch, the Jaegers.
I'm obsessed with this.
Clinch boots are really great. They're literally made by 4 men in a basement in Japan. They're really, really exacting with how they make their boots, from the clicking to the stitching to everything. Leather choices, they are really, really sought after. Every time we drop Clinch, they tend to sell out really, really quickly. This is their Gary boot. This is the Jaeger boot. Jaeger is a classic rough out M43 style. Gary is your classic lace to toe monkey boot style. Both really killer. They're really known for their engineer boots. Those definitely go the second we get them in. But yeah, Clinch is really dope.
So in this world of Japanese and these high-end boots, you can indeed get a pair of boots that any guy would be happy to be seen wearing, and then you get a little bit more experimental ones. These aren't too weird or anything, but this is a little more unusual, and then it's a lace-to-toe boot. It's a little bit higher. Monkey boots, you've got a few of them here. That's the lace-to-toe.
Yep.
What are the benefits of that? Is it a more secure fit? Is that it?
It's a more sort of customizable fit because there's a long lacing channel. Mm-hmm. You could crank them really tight, have them a little more loose. It's more just flexibility when it comes to fit.
I love it. Let's go to Sagara.
Let's talk about Sagara.
All right, because this is a brand I'm really excited about. Sagara is an Indonesian boot brand, and you don't find Indonesian boot brands anywhere in American stores. It's the kind of place. I've done a bunch of videos on Indonesian boot brands, and it's the most exciting craftsmanship in the world of boots is coming out of Indonesia these days, subjectively. But but they're very hard to get your hands on. They usually take months and months to be made. It's always like really, really small companies. And so when Kyle told me that they were getting into Sagara and getting Indonesian brands, I just thought this is one of the things that makes San Antonio such a cool store. Is that in addition to getting like these better known Japanese brands, they're also getting like helping brands like this get on stores in America. And like you're really the first to sell Sagara in a store in the US, right?
Yeah, not a lot of people know this, but like Indonesia is sort of like a hotbed, quote unquote, for heritage boot making. When they were colonized by the Dutch, the Dutch brought over their like shoemaking practices, and it's become a sort of tradition in Indonesia. Sagara is one of the bigger operations when it comes to like Indonesian boot makers. Bagus has been making boots for a long time, and we were super excited to bring them on.
Second article on my website was an interview with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always been really interested in Indonesian stuff. Tell us about these shoes.
This is their Cordmaster. It is, again, a lace-to-toe monkey boot. Like the tonal stitching with the welt, like everything looks great. The brass hardware with the color of the laces. It's just a really well-articulated boot.
Okay, so we've looked at some nice service boots, looked at some monkey boots. Let's take a look at some of these engineer boots.
Awesome, yeah.
All right, okay. What do we got here?
So, we'll start with Lofgren here.
This Lofgren too?
Yeah, those are...
Is this bison?
Nope, these are both Japanese horse butt from Shinki. Lofgren's big thing is getting everything as ethically made as possible. So from the sourcing of the materials that the boots are made out of, and then the construction of the boot itself, his big thing is people over profit. But also, like, his boots are really, really comfortable out of the box, and that's something that was really important to him as well.
Yeah, engineer boots. I don't wear them much myself because I prefer tapered jeans. If you have like straight leg jeans, these work really well. Okay, we're still filming. Okay.
Never stop.
Never stop.
Always filming. So these are the Roots boot from Rolling Dub Trio, another Japanese brand. They have this really small factory, the Boots Factory. Based in Tokyo. I really love RDT because they sort of have really interesting twists on like traditional reproduction boots. So like if you look at the shank here, how it's like they have sort of that bulbous shank in there, the wider toe box, the wide profile, the double row stitch down, even like the hardware and the fact that it's like 8.5 inches. Yeah, just definitely an interesting approach to boot making. We have a couple other boots. We have the Casper, which is like a really cool side zip boot in a black Chrome XL.
Yeah.
Also, again, like really, really thick, bulbous toe box. Really, really clean, nice welt.
Right. These are the sorts of boots, like they're a really impressive feat of engineering and craftsmanship and skill, but any guy can wear them, and it's not going to look like he's like dressing up or anything. Like this looks just fine under jeans around the city, but also you'll know that you're wearing like a real piece of art when you're at this level of shoemaking.
They certainly have interesting design details, but they're also still quite accessible. Like they're not, you could put this boot on and no one's gonna like think you have like clown shoes on or something. They're still quite accessible and obviously beautifully crafted and beautifully designed.
Yeah, which is true of a lot of the boots here. Like plenty of them are for the real enthusiasts in this area, but plenty of them are also really accessible.
Yeah.
Where is this store? Where can people find you?
So we are on 238 Mulberry Street in Nolita in New York City. We are open 12 to 7 during the week, 12 to 6 on Sunday, closed on Mondays, but yeah. Come by, come see us.
Yeah, just a really good balance of of experimental niche boots and also like really accessible boots that anyone can wear. It's not the biggest shoe store in the city, but it's definitely, for my money, this is the coolest wall of boots you'll find in the city.
We also have some really interesting things coming out soon. We're constantly bringing in new boot brands. We'll be selling Attractions in spring, summer of next year. A great apparel brand, but also a great boot making brand.
Yeah, they're in my video I did on best Japanese leather jacket brands. This has something new about Attractions, but they've also got some pretty cool footwear.
Yep, we'll have some killer footwear from them and some killer apparel.
Cool. All right, keep an eye out and keep an eye out.
Swing by.
Swing by when you're in New York City. All right.
Come say hi. Yeah, don't be weird. Don't be strangers.
All right. We're wrapped up.
Cut.
We'll do it.
Got it.